Hello. Hi, for everyone that's on. This is Jeff Demain from World Oceans Day. I will start in about 5 minutes. And unfortunately, I forgot some very nice, soothing ocean music. Okay, well, welcome everybody to the webinar here. We'd like to get started. We have just the half an hour, and thank everybody for joining in. We'll see how other people join in. I'm Jeff Demain, the World Oceans Day Manager, and with me on the webinar today are Gloria Costa-Denova. She is our social media manager, and Bailey Ritter, who manages all of our youth programs. And we really look forward to working on this with you through this webinar here. The format will be, we'll go through the presentation here, and then certainly chat is open. And after after the presentation, we'll open it up to questions. So that will be our format. And I certainly wanted to start with thanking everybody on the call. We thank our sponsors, we thank our partners, we thank those participating, those involved, those celebrating. All of us very, very much appreciate that. So that's quite exciting to us, and anything we can do to support you, certainly reach out to us. And you can see our email down below. This webinar will also be recorded and available afterwards. So away we go on the presentation here. So for today, being 17 days out from World Oceans Day, we wanted to really cover these three main topics, give you an insight into a couple of the celebrations happening so you can see what is happening, what are the ideas, provide some insight into what are light lift event ideas, so that if you are planning an idea, can still engage, what are really easy to follow ideas here. And then additionally, there are ways that one can participate in the event, and we'll talk through a couple of those examples. But one of the key things we wanted to do here before we start was on an anonymous poll where we just want to get a sense of really what's working, and then for this World Oceans Day, and then going forward, what would work the best. So for that poll, and we'll call that up here. Ooh, hold on for one moment. There we are. What we're looking for in the poll, and we'll give that a moment, are for this World Oceans Day, if you're planning to celebrate, who is looking at a virtual event, who's looking at an in-person event, who will be sharing on social media. And certainly there are other options, and if you have another option, we would really love to hear from you about what you plan on doing. So let's let that run for a moment, and we can see the growth here in sharing on social media. Here we have so far 84% of you, that's wonderful. The virtual events are growing, and understandably, and we'll talk to this in a moment, the in-person events are, at this point here at 0. 9% of you stating others. So certainly reach out and let us know, what you're planning in the other category there. So, we've been running this poll here for a minute, and yeah, it's holding steady there. So thank you so much. It just gives us insight into what can we do to best support you in the network. So let me share the results here. And there you are. You can all see the results. The sharing on social, as we would expect, is the top way of celebrating World Oceans Day. Okay, so let me close the poll out. Thank you so much for that. And with that, let's get started. So what we're looking at here is just a cross-section of a few of the already registered events for World Oceans Day. And the concept here is to give you an insight into what's happening and what's possible. And this really isn't the complete list in any way. There are many events around the world. And before diving into any of these examples, one of the key learnings we've had is that with COVID-19 and the real restriction on getting into a beach-based or community physically based, in-person based cleanup or World Oceans Day activity, that we would lose the sense of community. But what we're finding is with so many virtual events done in so many ways, and we will talk to a few of these, what you find now are that people are able to connect to events of their interest wherever they are. So oddly and wonderfully, this has had the impact of truly making this a global event, that you go to where your interests lie, what you want to learn, what you want to get involved in, actions you want to take. And that can be happening anywhere around the planet. So it's wonderful, and it really has brought about community in a global sense, much more than in the past. So, and then moving forward, World Oceans Day 2021, I'm sure we'll see a hybrid of the two. But let me start with some of these examples here. On the upper left there with the SSI China and iLabs, this is a really large event occurring in China with the two partners, where they're going to have multiple beach cleanups. So the beaches are open and accessible in China. For years, these organizations have been working on conservation and restoration, and they've become a very big partner and supporter this year. And they will have the potential of having upwards of 300 events on World Oceans Day across their dive centers. So that's an in-person event. Frost Science in Florida is going with a webinar on their conservation programs and the conservation programs that they have around Florida. The St. Louis Aquarium is going with Facebook Live and doing a shark dive live on World Oceans Day and raising the awareness and the involvement and the action on World Oceans Day through the shark dive. The North Carolina Aquarium has a host of activities throughout the day of the art, books, photography involvement. So, really an exciting program through the North Carolina Aquariums. We've also been working with the Royal Museums Greenwich, and we're happy to share with you their URL on their World Ocean Day event. And they have come up with quite a roster of virtual online activities around World Oceans Day. And again, that is available, as all of these online virtual events are, for anyone to participate. Then if we go to the Komodo Island in Indonesia, the Female Divers Association of Indonesia will be doing a beach-based diving event and cleanup. And we do have then in Nigeria, Aqualife 7000, they are doing a combination of virtual online education, and that will be coincident with beach-based cleanups. So they've decided to put the two together. So really here it's a sort of a cross-section of in-person and virtual and what's possible. So what we wanted to show you here was an array that would stimulate your thinking on a potential event or start to drive interest on participating in the events. Now, all of these events are available on our event website. So if you go to worldoceansday.org, and you'll see there's a tab for events, you can look for in-person and you can look for virtual events. So these are all available for you. And the key theme running through many of these is the 30 by 30 conservation initiative. So petition signing, which we'll get to in a moment, awareness, connecting with partner organizations, and the drive towards the 30 by 30 campaign. And across the zoo and aquarium and museum space, we have a number of partners, which are shown here, which have taken on the 30 by 30 initiative. So it's really a common theme through World Oceans Day this year. And it is that drive to make people aware, and then ultimately the world leaders taking action on the 30 by 30. So that's really common through the events. So hopefully that gives you some insight into what's possible, and we'll talk a moment about sort of light lift methods. And I just wanted to reinforce on that 30 by 30 idea, there are light lift options available for World Oceans Day. So let me move on here to something called the Youth-a-thon. And this is another example of a wonderful event, and it's our very own Bailey Ritter who is creating this and co-hosting this. So I shall turn it over to Bailey.
Thanks so much, Jeff. This has all been really exciting, and thank you to everyone who is watching, but also celebrating this year. As you know, World Oceans Day and our shared blue planet is very special and important to all of us. Like Jeff said, my name is Bailey Ritter. I am the youth coordinator for the Ocean Project and manage our World Oceans Day Youth Advisory Council. I'm really excited to be co-hosting a really special digital event the weekend before World Oceans Day called Youth-a-thon. So Youth-a-thon is a 24-hour live stream event starting June 6th and going through June 7th. So like I said, weekend before World Oceans Day, that allows young people around the world the opportunity to learn more about conservation efforts and environmental topics of interest, connect with a global community of other young change makers, as well as join the growing movement to take action to protect our shared ocean, climate, and blue planet. You know, as Jeff was saying, this year's theme is really about the 30 by 30 push. So, you know, encouraging everyone to sign the petition to protect 30% of our planet by 2030. So this live stream is really special because it ensures everyone in every major time zone can continue to collaborate, create, and take action together for a sustainable future this World Oceans Day. So throughout those 24 hours, there will be 24 different sessions with 24 different but interrelated topics on conservation, art, plastic pollution, creative writing, storytelling, climate change, activism, and more. And it's hosted by 24 plus different and amazing groups around the world who are really leading the charge to protect our planet and leave us and ensure a future that, you know, we all deserve. So this event is open to anybody. To register for it, like Jeff was also saying, this is going to be on the World Oceans Day website, so the event tab if you go to that website. But also you can register using the bit.ly link at the bottom of this slide, so I'll post that in the chat. But to learn more about who is a part of this awesome lineup, check us out on Instagram, so @RisingBlue. But also on that event section for Youth-a-thon on the World Oceans Day website, we'll be announcing, if we haven't already, some of the awesome hosts that you all will be able to interact with, have conversations with, do an activity with, and ultimately celebrate and take action for our shared blue planet this year. So I hope to see you all either at this event or creating your own events or attending different events. There's so many cool ones on the World Oceans Day .org website. So thank you all again for taking action and being a part of this really cool conversation.
All right, thank you, Bailey. And as you can tell, Bailey is excited about this, and it's certainly something to be excited about. Now, you see the registration link at the bottom, where you can find them on Instagram, and this is open, it's available and free to all, so something that certainly can be shared and spread far and wide. So meant to be, as Bailey said, insightful, educational, fun, action oriented. And we're going to see if Bailey can stay up for 24 hours. So we're willing to see what people want to bet on Bailey's 24 hours. Okay, so what can one do after seeing the examples and hearing about the Youth-a-thon? Is one can use readily available infrastructure and technology to create events and create online action. And what we're finding are people are moving out of, we've had historically for years, beach-based events, festivals, education, cleanups, and suddenly we can't do that. But what we can use is infrastructure that's free and readily available to create online events and get the message out and get your message out and enable action. Right? And you can live stream, you can use the social tools. Right? You'll see it's very popular, webinars and videos. And then on this petition signing, so on our website at worldoceansday.org, there is the 30 by 30 petition, which clicking through there takes you to the global petition signing, and you become part of that movement. And that really is a light lift activity, not only for the individual, but to get the message out of, on World Oceans Day, of how people can get involved. And it's really signing the petition. And then, as we saw in the poll, a number of you are sharing on social media. So social media really is, an enabler and is key in moving the message forward. So on the social media topic, I'd like to introduce Gloria. She's our social media manager, has put together a wonderful social media program, series of guides, and on the next slide, we'll turn it over to Gloria.
Thanks so much, Jeff. And hi, everyone. Thanks again for joining. My name is Gloria, and as Jeff mentioned, I lead the social media campaigns across our different social media platforms, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and LinkedIn as well. So today's presentation is really about showcasing the really easy ways that everyone can get involved, zoos, aquariums, individuals, organizations around the world, and to bring it back to that 30 by 30 message. The number one thing that everyone can do, even now, ahead of World Oceans Day, is to sign and share that global 30 by 30 petition that is located on the website, and it's also easily accessible through our social media platforms. It's a really impactful way to join the global movement and the global conversation that's really advocating to protect both land and ocean by 2030. And it's a critical message to share with the world. And along with that petition, the World Oceans Day team and the Ocean Project team, we've created a series of animal stickers that include AZA safe species that you'll see here pictured, just a few of them. They're super easy and engaging to share. They're colorful, they're eye-catching, and they send that powerful message home as well. And you can easily share that with the petition across the different social platforms. We have those available for download on the website, as well as in our social media stories and highlights. So easily accessible there. And I am super excited to see a lot of people saying that social media is the number one way they're celebrating this year. It is a super powerful way to get involved in that global conversation. And the final way here that I have pointed out is to make sure you're tagging World Oceans Day, Protect Our Home, and any of your key hashtags that you're using for your own zoo and aquarium. It's a really powerful way to get involved in the conversation and a trending, using those trending hashtags on the day and seeing what others around the world are doing and kind of exploring on the day what people are tagging with World Oceans Day. And so all of this information, again, is available for download on the website, along with the more detailed social media guide. And then a final tidbit and kind of bonus action that I highly encourage everyone to do is, if you are planning a live event, if you're planning a live, live cam at your zoo or aquarium, a webinar, or any kind of, live screening of a movie, whatever it is, we want to know in advance so that we can help promote and amplify your efforts as best we can to our global audience. So if you already have something in the works and you have a link that you want to share, email me or DM me through the social channels, so we can, kind of post that live on the day and help direct people around the world to your live events. So I highly encourage you guys to do that and continue all of the amazing work that you're doing. And Jeff, just next slide for a last.
Certainly.
So.
There you are.
And we've also, to continue the Easy Lift theme, we've created some sample posts and captions that are, of course, customizable to your own messaging, but just some easy language to pull from here to help spread that 30 by 30 message with the petition link included in there. So again, this PowerPoint will be available and the recording will be available, so you guys can peruse this and pick the message that resonates best. So thank you again, everyone.
Perfect. Thank you, Gloria. And it's exciting to see the amplification through social media and the importance of that. And you will find on the website as well, through that guide in the campaign, that tied with the 30 by 30 petition signing and taking actions, that there is an online reward or sticker system that enables you to get graphics that you can use, images that you can use in social media. So certainly check that out as well. So we're going to open it up to the questions here, and you certainly start on chat, and then I'll open up all of the lines. But really, what have we just talked about is 3 straightforward steps, right? Is create a celebration in the many ways possible and the many channels that are available to one. And join in the celebration, participate, carry the movement forward, carry your message forward, participate in the petition, wonderful ways to celebrate, because June 8th really is a celebration. And then what we saw, as many of you will be doing, is sharing this on social. So, exciting way to go. And what you see on the the left side, the image, there is one of the reward stickers that can be shared on social. So somebody took an action through petition, through the 30 by 30 to help move the movement forward. And this is what they can share then on social as a reward for doing that. So really, this is the 3 steps. Keep in mind: celebrate, through creation, joining, and sharing on social. So yeah, with that, I'll open that up to questions. And really, it is a June 8th celebration. Here you see at the bottom of the slide, if you want to reach out to us in email, happy to do that. So, and let me move over here to the question. Question, would it be possible for a zoo or aquarium to contact one of us for a virtual event? Absolutely. You can contact us. There are ideas for events also on our website. So if you go under events and then plan an event, you'll see ideas. You can look through the existing events database. And if you click on the top on a button that says online events, you'll see the listing of what people have already really created and dreamt up and enabled. But yeah, we're very happy to work with you on what's possible. So yeah, so while I open this up here, certainly for lines, certainly questions you may have, you can, here we go, you can put them on the chat right now. And anybody that would like to ask live, I almost have that enabled. We're working our way down here. Okay. Sorry, this takes just a moment here. Let me see if we have any other chat questions while I was doing that. Yeah, and on the chat, if at all possible, it would be wonderful to post if you are enabling an event, if you have that planned, if you have a website, put that up on the chat right now. If there's a URL or an idea or what your plans are, certainly let us know. Okay, so are there any, here we go. Almost finished with this list, sorry about that. So you can unmute yourself if you have a question. We'll give it just a moment and see if anybody would like to ask a question. Okay. Well, then let's head towards the long weekend many of us have, and then on to World Oceans Day. Thank you again. It's very exciting to have you be part of the wonderful network, and we really look forward to seeing and hearing about what you will be doing and then how we can support you. Okay, thank you.